This will be our final update video. I'm going to give you a bunch of information for the next couple of weeks. I'll still be emailing you, still be doing stuff like that. I'm not going to film any more stuff. So, before we get into all the academic stuff, let's look at the numbers. So last time I talked to you, last week on Thursday, this week I'm filming this on Thursday as well, we had 1.2 million positive tests for the coronavirus in the United States and 67,256 dead. This, now we're up to 1,382,304 positive tests, so it went up 160,000 in a week. We're up to 78,343 dead, so that went up 11,000 in a week. These numbers come from the COVID tracking project, which I've used the whole time. It's one of the better ones. The CDC is good, Johns Hopkins is good, the New York Times has a good map on it too. But more numbers, 17,364 positive, 903 dead in Colorado last week. This week we're up to 20,157 positive and 1,009 dead, so both those numbers have gone up. As of last week, we had 33 million new unemployment claims. That's 10% of the U.S. population had lost their jobs during this pandemic. That's up to 11% now because we're at 36 million new unemployment claims. So 11% of the population has just don't have work anymore. The official unemployment rate is right about 15%, which is up 11%. But there are some people claiming it's closer to 25, which was the worst it's ever been in America during the Great Depression. So those numbers aren't pretty. Our death rate has probably gone down a little bit in terms of numbers. I think our worst day was 3,500 dead, and that was a couple of weeks ago. But we're still averaging, you know, if in 7 days we went up 12,000, right, we're still averaging, what, 1,500 deaths a day? That's a lot of people dying. And if I'm going to be quite honest with you guys and be a little opinionated, I think the lack of leadership in our country and in our states is making it worse. We're going to care more about numbers on a computer or numbers in the stock market than we're going to care about people's lives. It's just pretty obvious that we don't have a handle on this, and everyone's going to freak out about wearing masks or staying 6 feet away from each other because we'd rather have the right to just die from a disease that we don't know how to cure yet. It's a little ridiculous. Maybe that's my opinion, but I think 80,000 dead people's 80,000 too many. And if I have to wear a mask or if I have to stay 6 feet away from people, that doesn't seem like a whole lot to ask if it means less people die. But maybe that's just me being crazy. Anyways, if you want more information on the coronavirus, the CDC has got all the information you need. Johns Hopkins as well has a lot of good stuff. Remember, the Delta County has its own COVID hotline, 874-2172, 874-2172. So if you're feeling sick or anybody in your family's feeling sick and you think it might be this, call that number and they'll tell you exactly what to do. We have more tests now on the Western Slope, so it gives us a better chance to get tested and know and make sure that we stay healthy. Kids Clinic is still open. Call them if you are worried about anything. 874-2753. If I could read numbers, I'd be dangerous. Remember to keep checking the Delta County School District website for more information on our schools, on distance learning, on food program, everything, right? Okay, so on to the meat and potatoes, everything else. This Friday, so tomorrow, is the last day for us new assignments for freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. There will be no new assignments assigned, okay? We're done with that. So you have until the 28th, so from today you have 2 weeks from today to fix grades. Right? Turn in your missing work, reach out to your teachers, reach out to me, get your stuff turned in and get your grades in. Right? There's no reason not to. These grades count. Right? Your grades count. You get credits or don't get credits based on how you perform in the next 2 weeks. So do it, right? Do it, and then you can be done. Then you can play Animal Crossing or Fortnite or whatever kids play nowadays, and just do that all summer. Okay? So let's get our work done. So with that, if you're going to make up something for me, right? You need to, obviously, first do the assignment, but second, you need to email me and say, hey, Mr. Chandler, I finished this assignment. Tell me the name. I'm not going to go through every single assignment looking for your late work. It's your responsibility now. You're the one that decided not to do it on time, not to submit it on time. So now if you're going to submit it and you want me to grade it, you got to email me and tell me, hey, Mr. Chandler, I just finished the Great Depression notes quiz or something, right, as an exam. And I'll go in and fix that grade for you, but I'm not going to go looking for it, right? So that's your first responsibility there. Make sure you're talking to other teachers. Email me, Google Hangouts. I'm available most of the time. Let me know. The school is still open 10 to 2 for all that stuff. Graduation's Monday morning. Make sure you're following the rules if you got older brothers or sisters graduating. There'll only be 5 of you in the car, and that includes the graduate, so make sure you guys are following the rules. The police are going to be here, and they're going to enforce everything. That wasn't our decision, that was the state's decision, so we got to do what they tell us we got to do, I guess, right? Final thing to talk about, and this is important, so make sure you pay attention. Right? So, due to everything going on, the district wants to make sure that we're doing as much as we can to help you out grade-wise. So, if you get an A, right, if you're at 90, 92% or whatever, you get an A. If you're above 80%, you get a B. If you are 79% and below, you have options. Okay? So, if you're in the C range or the D range, so 60 to 79, you can decide instead of taking that letter, you can take a P. Okay? The P will give you the credit for the class. You still get your credit in U.S. history or economics or AP or whatever class you're taking from me. You'll get the credit, but it won't affect your GPA at all. Okay, so that could help you, right? If you're a B student and you messed up in one class, right? You can get a P in that class, and then that won't hurt you, right? It won't hurt you at least GPA-wise. You'll still get the credit. So, but if you're, say, the other way around, say maybe you're a D student, right? And you got a C, you'd probably want to keep the C because it'll pull your GPA up, right? I don't know all of your GPAs. You can look that up on your PowerSchool. I'm not going to do that for you, but you're going to have to make that decision, and you're going to have to let me know, okay? So, if you have between a 60 and a 79, you can choose a P, which will give you the credit, but won't hurt your GPA. And that choice is yours, and I suppose if you want to, have your family involved too. If you are below a 50, if you're failing, you will get an incomplete, or you can elect to get an incomplete, an I, which means that you don't get credit because you didn't earn it, but it won't affect your GPA. All this information has been emailed out to you and to your parents, but I'm sure you know a lot of stuff ends up in the wrong folder or not read. Okay, so now you're getting it from me right here as well. I will start emailing you next week, asking you what your decision is going to be and if you're going to make up any work. Okay, so I believe that's all the big stuff to talk about. Okay, I do want to reiterate, or I want to say, maybe not reiterate because I didn't say it before. I want to say I did enjoy teaching all of you this year and getting to know you. It's been an awesome first year for me up here at Paonia, and I look forward to a lot more years with all of you and everybody else in the community. So, thanks. And let me know if you have any questions, and let me know when you make up work. Okay, I'll be available.